back to McDonald Racing, everyone. You're here, another video. Still the off season up here in the Great White North, but we're getting closer and closer to the beginning of the season here. So on today's video, we're going to give you a little bit more updates on what we're doing for the 2023 season, give you a little bit more updates on the car that we plan on running. But before we do that, we're gonna kind of get back into the hockey that we had there in our last video. So in our last video, you saw that Team Gray and Team Black ended up playing out to a 3-3 tie. Unfortunately, the next video, we could not get this GoPro to stick on the glass. So, and to be honest, that was probably a good thing, because you could have replaced the puck with a beach ball, and I probably still would have let it in. So I think that game ended 9-4, 9-5, or something like that. So probably might be coincidental that I forgot the camera wouldn't stay up, right? But it was true. I don't know why it wouldn't stay up. So we're going to get into our next game here. So hopefully we have a bounce back game going into tonight. Let's get at it. All right, so as you guys see, it's a better game than I had last time. I ended up playing to a 4-4 draw. GoPro actually stayed stuck this time. So right now we were at two ties, 2 losses, and the game that I had played just previous to me recording. Actually, I finally had another bounce back game and got a big 7-4 win. So that's 2 wins. That's 2 losses, 2 ties, 1 win. So it seems to be going in almost a pattern right now. 1 good game, 1 bad game. 1 good game, 1 bad game. Hopefully, maybe one day I can break that. There won't be any hockey highlights coming up because won't be playing hockey this Sunday, as it is the Super Bowl Sunday, and me and a couple friends are going to be going out and taking in the Super Bowl game. So, now getting on to the racing thing. So, a little bit more information on where we're going with the 2023 season is we plan, so like I said before in the previous video, that we're going to be racing at Delaware, not Ohsweken. So we're actually going to show you the car that we plan on running. So here's the car. Now this car is an old Pro late model car. It's not a straight rail car. I forget what the guy actually said it is. But it's been sitting for about 10 years in the guy's shop. Him and his dad had hand built this old Pro late model by hand. So we are going to be taking this car, and I'm going to be putting my 602 crate from my dirt car into it, and we will be running the V8 stocks at Delaware Speedway. Now, the V8 stocks, there's not much for rules. Of course, you've got all your safety rules, like you have to have your roll cage, your fire suit, belts, fuel cell, all that stuff. You still have to have all that. But other than, I think it was like 102 or 105 inch wheelbase, and your engine has to be carbureted and naturally aspirated. There's no other rules. So you can run all season tires, you can run slicks, you can make as much horsepower out of your engine, you can make as little horsepower out of your engine. The only rule that you cannot break is a time, and they have it set at 21.1 seconds for this year. Last year they had it at 21.4. This year they're lowering it to 21.1. So you can bring up any car. You can have an old street stock, you can have an old late model, you can have like modified cars that aren't competitive anymore, but you can still bring them out to this category because there's no rules per se on what class it is, as long as you abide by that. It's called a breakout time. So like I said, as long as you can do 21.1 or slower, you're good. You do anything less than 21.1, Delaware is making you do a drive-through penalty where you have to, if anybody knows Delaware, you have to come down and drive through their pit lane and then back out. And their pit lane starts basically at the entrance of corner 4 and comes out basically corner 1, corner 2. So that's what we're planning on doing right now for the 2023 season. What our plans are after that, we're not quite sure. I do want to see what we can, right now, like we're doing a lease to own for this car. The guy's letting me pay per race to race this car, and he said any upgrades or any updates or anything that I pay to rent the car from him, he will take off the price of the car, which I can't thank this guy enough. He's been, Mark Hickson is his name, and I can't thank him enough. He's been nothing but good to me. He's helped me out. He's kind of been showing me a lot of stuff, and I've learned a lot of stuff from him as well. So what we're gonna do with the car after, we're not quite sure. I would like to eventually move out of the V8 stocks because I'm not sure how well because I've never been in a race where you can't go any faster than a certain time. So I'm not sure how I'm going to like that. I've seen it on Rogers TV from Delaware when they stream it live, and it seems kind of interesting. You really have to pay attention to how fast you're going around the track, and you can't let other people kind of push you or try and make you go faster, because you break out and then you go to the back where then they stay, right? So there's pros and cons to every division, right? So, like I said, we're not sure what we're going to do with the car after that. We're not sure if we can take it and turn it into an old back into a pro late model. Like, pro late models have changed a significant amount from when his car was last on. So we're not sure if we can really make this car a competitive late model car again, or if maybe once my jobs, or once I get settled down to the point where I can travel with the car, maybe turn it into what they're calling the Oscar Hot Rods. So we have to take it. I'm planning on either taking it to McCall's Racing or Wright Motorsports, just to get a second opinion on what category might this car be better suited for. So we'll keep that. But the plan is for now is to maybe stay in the V8 stock category, maybe for 2 or 3 years, get our feet wet in Delaware, and then try and move up from there. We're not. I do, again, like I said in the last video, I'm not done with dirt. I like the dirt. I liked Ohsweken. I like the fact that there was so many different lines of racing at Ohsweken. Like I said, my second race there, there was about 15 cars of us in our feature race. So we're all within almost like half a second of each other, and we were like 3-4 wide, and like these are 3,100 pound cars that are 3-4 wide around a track like all the time, and it was a whole new experience, and that's something that I want to get back at. So we're not done on the dirt. It's just unfortunately Ohsweken was a little bit further of a drive, and with my work schedule, it made it hard to commit. Where Delaware, like I said, is only a 30-minute drive, and so it's a lot closer. Be home, and I get a little bit more time off with Delaware. To me, if I did break something on the car, it gives me like some extra weeks to maybe get it fixed before I have to be back out at the track. So that, like I said, that's our plans going forward for right now. Everything can change, but we'll have to see how that plays out. So again, I want to say this video right now is helped in partnership with CarStar and Lucan and Godrich. They have 2 locations. They have the one location in Lucan, and then they have another location in Godrich. They have some of the best trained technicians, some of the best equipment, best customer service that you guys want. If you guys have any issues with your body damage, if you get in an accident or anything like that, hit up my guy at CarStar and Godrich or Lucan, and you guys will not be disappointed. Thanks, guys. Again, if you want to hear more updates and be kept caught up to date on what we're doing, both with Maybe Hockey and with the racing, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.